Working through the next of our questions on proxy behavior, in this module we'll look at why the invite's request URI is replaced before being dispatched downstream. We'll look deeper into the process of SIP location, specifically at how a dialed address of record is resolved to a registered contact address. Okay, SIP location. Dave here wants to call Nath, so dials his public address of record, sipnath@calibre.com. Receiving an invite to an address of record, the server acts in location mode to locate the downstream routing address. First it asks, do I own the domain in the dialed address of record? If yes, then it queries the registry to see if the dialed user is actually registered. If he is, the server resolves the address of record to the registered contact address, replaces the address of record in the request URI with the resolved contact address, and proxies the request on downstream to the newly updated request URI. If, on the other hand, the dialed user is not registered or is unknown, the server responds with an error response, probably a 404 not found. And if the server doesn't own the dialed domain, well, that's a topic we'll come back to later. Now, in our scenario, Dave dials Nathan's address of record, his user agent writing it as the request URI of the outgoing invite. After returning a 100 trying for reliable delivery, the server asks, do I own the domain, comparing the domain name part of the dialed request URI with the domains that it controls. Yes, the domains do match, so next the server queries the registry to see if Nathan is registered. He is, so the server grabs Nathan's contact address and replaces the original request URI with the resolved contact address. It also removes the root header address from the inbound request before routing the request downstream to the newly updated request URI. Receiving the invite, the downstream UA responds with a 100 trying, reporting reliable delivery. So, why replace the invite's request URI before proxying? The server replaces the original dialed address of record with the resolved contact address from the registry, the same contact address registered previously by Nathan's user agent. The server removes its root header from the received request, meaning that with no remaining root header, the request URI once more takes routing precedence and the request is routed on to the address in the request URI.